What's up, Psycat? Or is it Sicat? Is it Psycat or Sicat? I don't want to mispronounce it. Seacat. Apologies for that, my man. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, Ken Harris. He's a tough competitor. I've been I've been thirsting for a rematch. It's one of those things where I'm like, I know he played good. He's a better tennis player than me, overall. But especially in that second set, I felt like I could have taken him to a tiebreak, but I choked on some of those add-in points when I was serving at I think 3-3, and he just kind of just ran away with it. It's a shame, but I mean, props to him. I love the guy a lot. He's a damn good tennis player. He's gonna be a doctor too. So I mean, obviously tennis isn't his primary thing. He's a smart kid, so he's got a lot of good things to do in his life. So props to Cole. Good, CCAT. I played doubles today. It didn't turn out so well. I had trouble concentrating. I don't have like adult ADD or anything. It's just one of those things that, yeah, didn't play so well. It's fine though. I got a few more days until the tournament to get myself ready. What's up, Ralph's 13? You guys play tennis today? That was called. Huh. There we go. There's another way of doing this in Excel. Totally forgot though. I don't need to do that yet. CCAT. I'm not a double specialist, so it'll be a tough one for me to do. Yeah, he's. I'm not stressed over it. It's just I use it to kind of like motivate me. So yeah, I'm getting ready for the tournament I have this weekend, and also for any possible 5-0 or 5-5 challenge matches in the near future between now and I think it's going to be regional slash sectionals before qualifying for nationals. Fitness. Man, yeah, Ralphs. Wisconsin's been pretty lucky. My gym slash tennis club are still opened up, so I'm lucky for that. So luckily for you guys, even though it's not the actual auction today, you guys, I don't know what camera to point to, you guys are going to help me choose what's going to be on the auction. Not what I'm actually going to buy, but what's actually going to be on the auction. Are you guys okay with that? What's up, Arian? I ate 2 slices of pizza today after tennis, so I feel it's not exactly a salad. So, CCAT, since you were here first, give me 3 tennis strings you want to see on this spreadsheet. Yeah, Ken, I hope so too. Hoping to take 2 titles because I'm playing both singles and doubles this weekend. I'm just hoping my body can keep up. Felipe Rodriguez, they are private indoor courts only. The closest thing to a public indoor court, at least in Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin, are park district tennis clubs. Like it's park district tennis clubs are run by your local like town or city or municipal government, and they have indoor facilities that are pretty nice facilities, and it's significantly cheaper than a private club because they are funded by taxpayer dollars. And the only reason I know enough about this is because when I was growing up in Illinois, my parents were extremely poor because we were an immigrant family from the Philippines. So my mom and dad wanted to keep me out of trouble by putting me in a good sport like tennis, but they couldn't afford the expensive, almost like not country club, but the more prominent, more prestigious private clubs. We couldn't afford it on a regular basis. So I grew up park districts, indoor, and then park district outdoor, obviously, when it was nice outside. CCAT's not here? Okay, Ken, since you're second in line, give me 3 tennis strings you want to see on this list that will be on the auction on the 19th, this Thursday at 7 p.m. Pro Strings Interceptor, huh? Ooh. Okay. What's up, West Tennis? Is it really a two? No. There's no way this is a full reel of poly for $7.70. There's no way. Okay, hold on. What's up, Jerwin? Montreal, Canada, huh? I'm actually a Canadian citizen. I lived in Toronto for the first few years of my life. Oh my god, Yonex Polytour Pro? You have to sign up, you have to log in to get these, right? These deals. This is sick. Okay. So, pros. Okay, Pro Strings Interceptor. Really? Oh, it's cut from the reel. Okay. I was very confused. Like, this is literally the cheapest string of all time I've ever seen. Okay. So I'm going to do... Okay, so Pro's Pro. That's the company name. What's that? 770? Okay. Let's see. Ken Harris, I'm already testing the Babolat RPM Blast and RPM Blast Rough. I have both in my rackets right now. Solinko Hyper G and Vocal Cyclone I already reviewed on my channel, so go check that out. Headlinks Tour. Okay, Ari and Tomar. Thank you for that. Okay. 956. Not bad. What else? Ytex Quadro Twist. $15? What? It's a little expensive for Ytex. Maybe they upped their prices recently. Turn a big hitter, huh? I've never seen that string before. Huh. Felipe. Interesting. Turn a big hitter. Even the name sounds like Luxalon Big Banger. Just like the generic version of it. Alright. Come on. Gosen Micro 16, huh? $4. No, it's synthetic gut. I only do polys right now, my man. Ken, I only do polyesters right now because I break I break synthetic guts way too quickly. Black Code 4S. $15. Huh. Corrupt GT I already reviewed Solinko Confidential. Unfortunately, there's no ISO speed cream that's 16 gauge. So I'll actually do 16L because 1.2 weight is pretty damn close. $8.99, huh? Not bad. Topspin Cyber Blue. Okay. What is up with polyester strings and made in Germany? You got Kirschbaum, you got Turna, you got Topspin. Is everything made in Germany now? Is Germany like the China of tennis strings where everything's made from? Jerwin Rillera, is he doing all multi or does he have a hybrid right now? That's an important question before I answer. Kamustuk Sharby. How you doing, man? Oh yeah, MSV Focus Hex. That's a pretty thin 16 gauge at 1.27 millimeters. Huh. $8 though. Jerwin, for your friends, I would highly suggest that your friend do a hybrid first. If he's going from a full bed of synthetic gut or multi-filament before he goes full on to the polys. I would highly suggest, Jerwin, I would highly suggest that he do something like, let's see, either a Technifiber or Razor Code on the mains, and then something like a Wilson Sensation on the crosses. That's probably the best transition hybrid from him if he's going from full synthetic gut and he's wanting to experiment with some sort of polyester. That's my advice to your friend. Let me know how that goes. Signum polyplasma, huh? Why don't all string companies have a regular 16 gauge on their polyesters? It's so weird. Is it really called Dunlop Explosive Speed, Corrupt GT? Ah, barely it is. Not bad. Salmon, Char? You like salmon? Okay. Ashway Monogut That doesn't sound like a polyester, David Howell. I'll take a look. Really? It's not a polyester? Huh. I've never heard of this technology before, David O. Huh. Why not? Ashaway Monogut. Is that 13 bucks? Oh, ugh. A little pricey. Okay. Felipe Rodriguez, the Kirschbaum. Spiky Shark? Super Smash. Is this Super Smash or is it Super Smash Spiky? I hate how they name these things sometimes. Kirschbaum, Super Smash. Okay. There we go. Guess how much it costs, guys. Guess how much it costs. The Vice Cannon Silver String. ISO Speed Black Fire from Felipe Rodriguez. Yeah, Corrupt GT, I could tell by even just like the ridges on the picture on the website I saw. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be like Solinko Barbed. It's gonna be a complete pain. Unfortunately, there's no ISO Speed Blackfire that is thicker than a 1.25. I don't think I can review this with confidence. So Weiss Cannon Ultra Cable, Joseph Bautista. What is up with these polyester companies not making 16 gauge? What the hell? I can't test this. It's 17. It's not even 16L. It's 17. That's going to be too much a differential. Toroline Caviar. Dude, that sounds like a fancy restaurant appetizer at a French dining hall. Actually, don't like that song. There we go. There we go. Again, these guys don't have regular 16. What? It's a super clean looking website though. Guess I could do 16L. Have any of you guys played with the Solinko Hyper G Soft yet? I got like 10 text messages that day when Solinko releases to the public saying, I should review this, I should review this. Have you guys ever played with it? Ooh, head gravity, Michael Fontaine. All right, I'll check it out in a bit. Felipe Rodriguez already reviewed the Vocal Cyclone. Oh, nice. Still only 12 bucks. That's a good question, Corrupt GT. Let's see. When I'm playing video games like World of Warcraft or any type of FPS, actually any video game on PC, Corrupt GT, I will use my left thumb for the spacebar. But if my left hand is like dancing around, or like, you know, if I'm grabbing like a cup of water, I'll use my right thumb to hit the spacebar sometimes. That's a weird question, but it's a good one though. I've never been asked that before. What's up, Adrian Solis? How are you doing tonight? Ooh, vocal square, huh? Ooh, four-sided. Oh my god. They make a 19 gauge. Ooh, look at this marketing BS. This four-sided copoly will help you load the ball with pace and spin. Offers impressive feel for a poly-based monofilament. Currently ranks #1 for bite and grip in our Tennis Warehouse University String Lab. Technofibry, Michael Fontaine. I'm good. I'm doing good. Adrian Solis. A little tired. It was a weird day today. I didn't get enough sleep. But you're here with me. That's all that matters. Michael Fontaine, it's I spelled it right. Didn't I? How are you spelling it? I'm copying and pasting your message. Oh, no way! Michael Fontaine, is there really no H? No. Oh my god. I've been spelling it incorrectly my entire life. And I've probably been incorrectly pronouncing it half the time as well. So you're telling me. So you guys are telling me all this time that my Technofiber Razer code has been up. No one has called me out on the misspelling of Technofiber, the company name. Like, obviously that's shame on me, but shame on you guys too. I'm gonna change that. Oh my god. Oh. What am I doing? See, now I gotta log into YouTube and change it real quick before I get embarrassed. Is that why that video doesn't have over 1,000 views? Is it because I spelled Technofiber incorrectly? Oh my god. Oh, I gotta be better than that. Sorry, guys. Is Technofiber French? Yeah, you're right. And in case that doesn't give it away, CEO's name is Thierry Massant. I think I'm saying that incorrectly, but it's my best. Safedin Mohammed, I would highly suggest that if you want to hybrid a string, you don't have Hyper-G or any type of shape copolyester, because it's gonna ruin those crosses, man. Go with something round and soft on the cross on the mains if you're gonna hybrid something. To be honest, Adrian Solis, I am thinking about streaming games. So I'm pretty big into World of Warcraft. I'm actually gonna be playing WoW as soon as I'm done with this live stream, because I created a brand new druid, a guardian druid for a tank. And also Brian, who is featured on my stuff a lot, is my hitting partner. And he's actually my doubles partner this coming tournament. He's actually my paladin healer. So it's me, him as a healer, and then Chris, who I played in my most recent match play video on my channel. He's actually a hunter. I think he's beast mastery, either that or marksman right now. So you know, with a regular group dungeon in World of Warcraft, you need a tank, a healer, and then 3 DPS. So we only need 2 more people every time we run a dungeon. And yes, all 3 of us did take time off when Shadowlands comes out. I'm taking 5 business days off to just kind of grind it out. But I don't think I'm going to stream it quite yet. That's something that I'm still contemplating to do. If I were to do YouTube full time, I would obviously quit my job. But I need a lot more traction than what I have right now. But I'm well on my way. But if I'm going to do YouTube full time and still want to play video games, I'm definitely going to do either World of Warcraft or another very prominent up and coming game for me to give guides on and kind of commentate on. Because I feel like if I get invested enough in something, whether it's a sport, a technology, or even a video game, I could help people do better in whatever that thing is. In this case, it's tennis, specifically tennis string reviews. And I've been getting a lot of things where I've been getting a lot of people on Instagram and email asking me to like review like a specific stroke. And you know, when I'm free, I'm more than happy to do it for free. Like I won't even accept their Venmo money. It's just something I really enjoy doing on my spare time. So you know, that's partially why I'm doing this. It's because I want you guys to save money. I want you guys to know what strings that are cheap, that are also high quality, are out there. So you know, that's why I do these kind of things. It's definitely a passion of mine. It's not necessarily just tennis. It's kind of like entertainment and information, kind of like infotainment in something that I feel like I'm an expert on. If that makes any sense to you guys. Yeah, I mean, Cyberpunk, Adrian Solis, Cyberpunk 2077, knock on wood, it doesn't get canceled again. That's going to be a good one, and I think I'm going to play that and stream that, whether or not people are going to be watching me, but that seems like a really cool first-person game. And CD Projekt Red, with their really good consumer-friendly decisions from The Witcher 1, 2, and 3, and 3 being one of the greatest games of all time in recent memory. They have a very good track record, not only of good ethical business decision making, but also like high quality performance of their product that they release to the public. So I have very high hopes for Cyberpunk 2077, and I definitely trust in their decision for the multiple delays that they've had on that game, because I believe they've earned my trust for those type of decisions. Dennis Figueroa. Apologies if I said that wrong. So the tennis racket I use right now is the Yonex E-Zone 98, the 2020 version. 4 3/8 grip, stock form, strung with Solinco Hyper G 16 gauge at 55 pounds. That is currently the string that I'm using. That is my current setup for tournament play. Corrupt GT, the Weiss Canon Ultra Cable does not have a 16 or 16L gauge that I see on the internet. So if I stray from 16 or 16L, I feel like it would very much kind of alienate my feeling on a string, because when you go into the thinner gauges, the launch angle is different, the durability is different, the tension maintenance is different, and I try my best as like kind of like an engine, because I'm a software engineer, as someone that is very, very particular on how to do testing on particular products and lines of code. If you think about it, I want to keep things as similar as possible. Dennis, WoW is garbage. I'm really glad that you're not playing World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, because it is the worst expansion ever. It is worse than Warlords of Draenor in every way, shape, or form. And Warlords of Draenor was pretty bad. Okay, Felipe, let's take a look at this. Turn a big hitter rough or black 7. See? I'm glad these guys have 16 gauge. Makes my life a lot easier. $9. Turn a big hitter black 7. Wait, is Turna? Okay, Turna's a company name. Okay. I was confused for a second. $10. Hey, thanks, Assemble Brick. Yeah, I felt like in that second set I had my chances, but I choked when I was on serve. So yeah, just on to the next one. Michael Fontaine. So I think was I in college or a senior in high school when the very first Assassin's Creed came out, and it was a damn good game. It was really cool. It was a little buggy, not gonna lie, but the idea that you're most of the games like in a simulation and there's that kind of that side story with Desmond, that was pretty cool. But I think the best Assassin's Creed was, in my opinion, Assassin's Creed 2. I think that was with Ezio, the Italian family. And they carried that storyline on for quite a bit, but that was a really good game. My issue with the first one was it was a little bit buggy, and the second one is, but the first one was a little bit buggy, and it didn't have enough story in it besides being like kind of like an introduction of like, hey, this is what the Assassin's Creed series is going to be about as a video game as also as a franchise. So it was pretty cool, but it lacked, the first one lacked story. It was innovative, but it definitely lacked story. The second one was, I would argue, almost a near perfect game for what it tried to accomplish. Obviously, it wasn't like an open world. It didn't do anything super innovative, but it took everything that the first one did well, added onto it, and put enough polish on it and even some emotional attachments to it with Ezio and what happened to his family, to where like, oh, this is a cool story. Plus, it has that conspiracies, Templar versus Assassins thing. It was pretty cool, very well made. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since. I heard Black Flag, not Flad. Black Flag was pretty damn good. But I think I was in college at the time, or I was just out of college and I was just grinding, teaching lessons and plugging away at my sales job. I just didn't have enough time. So, even though the Valhalla thing, the trailer especially, Odin is with us kind of deal. I'm skeptical about it because I think with Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's almost like an RPG now. There's numbers and stuff, and that's not what I think of when I think of Assassin's Creed. It's definitely not my thing. One second, I gotta grab some water. Be right back. Adrian Solis, most of these tournaments, um, every single tournament I do besides one, obviously before this whole pandemic thing happened, was not cash prize. The only tournament I ever did was the only tournament I regularly do for cash money is a tournament about an hour and 15 minutes north of me in Wisconsin. And I think the cash prize for winning the singles division, the obviously men's open division, is $5,000, and I think the runner up is like 2,500, and then like $500 for semifinalists and so on. Normally has a draw of 32. Let's see. The best number one seed for that tournament in history was, I believe it was Dennis Navallo. He played number 1 at U of I. I don't know if they were the NCAA champion. I don't think they were NCAA champions when Dennis Navallo was number 1 at U of I. But I think they were highly ranked nationally as a D1 men's team. But I think he was top 500 or 700 in the world at the time when he won it. So yeah, I think he got the $5,000. And then the last time I played it, in 2018 I played it, and I ended up playing. Who did I play? I think I played the number 1 seed. I played the number 1 seed my second round. I won my first round. I forgot who I beat. And I forgot what the score was. But I played the number 1 seed the second round. He played number 1 at Madison, University of Wisconsin. In Madison. I remember. The score was 0-3, right? So I got blown out in the first set. Got absolutely destroyed. And then the second set, I was actually up a break and serving 2-1. And I thought to myself, oh my god, if I could hold this out, I could take him to a second set tiebreak, or if not, even win 6-4 or 7-5 in the second set. And then something might happen where I actually might beat him in a third set tiebreak. Nope. I won 1 game after that, so I lost 0-6, 3-6. And I remember, because a buddy of mine who's on my state league team, he was watching because we were playing doubles together, but he was watching me. I was returning on the deuce side, and he hit a second serve over my racket on my forehand side. I've never seen that. It didn't hit a rock, it didn't hit a crack or anything. He literally aced me because he went over my head on a forehand return of mine. I'm like, oh my god. I've never seen that before. Wacko Jume had Sonic Pro Edge, huh? Oh, cool. I didn't know this string existed. Head Sonic Pro Edge. No, we're not voting, Jan. We're just making a list right now for the things you will be voting on Thursday, on the 19th. Corrupt GT, my coding editor of choice. If I'm coding, let's assume C#, right? If I'm coding a C# program for fun, like just kind of mess around and see what's up, I will use this this program called, it's by JetBrains. It's called Rider. JetBrains is the same company that makes ReSharper. So I pay them $150 for like their suite of IDEs that includes stuff for I think PyCharm is their Python one. IDEA, or is it IntelliJ? It's IntelliJ for their Java IDE, and then Rider for their C# one. They're a pretty cool company, and I always like to support software companies I believe in, and they make really good products. So I pay them $150 a year, just so I could use their stuff every now and then. I believe they earn they earned that money from me as a consumer. And also, I'll be doing some coding freelance in the near future for some of the projects. For Tennis Strings, actually, that'll benefit you. I'll be writing program for you guys. How awesome is that? But that's going to be more like Q3 2021, I believe. Yeah, Q3 2021. I'll have a nice little program out for you for Tennis Strings. Michael Fontaine, I have never gotten a chance to hit with the new Technofiber rackets. Is that your racket of choice right now, Michael Fontaine? I'm gonna buy rackets. I want strings. Dat boy, let's see. I would say based on length, my favorite video game is World of Warcraft. Obviously, it's not a perfect game, not by a long shot. Let's see. A close second for MMORPGs is Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. They've done a very, very good job because the initial rendition for Final Fantasy XIV was absolute trash, and the production company and the developers had the audacity and the guts to be able to say, hey, we're going to shut down this huge project for, I think, 12 or 13 months to revamp it because it's utter trash. And a lot of people are saying it's actually better than World of Warcraft. And I would have to, for the most part, agree on that. There are some things that I don't agree with them on when they say that, but I can definitely see why it's better than World of Warcraft. But for single-player games, I'm going to have to say Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That twist, I don't want to spoil it for anybody because not all of you have probably played it. But, oh, you know what? No, I take that back. My favorite video game of all time for single player, right? It's either The Last of Us 1, which had a story that brought me to almost tears as a 27-year-old guy. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, the best campaign I've ever played for single player. And number 3, I know some of you guys are gonna hate me for this, but those 3 tie for the number 1 spot for single players. Final Fantasy. Actually, you know what? It's Final Fantasy, and it's not Final Fantasy 14. In chat, what Final Fantasy do you think is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time and is tied for the top 3 single-player video games I've ever played in my life? I'll give you a hint. It's between 1 and 13. Not even 13. 1 through 12. So put it down in the chat. Let me know what you think. I have never played Prince of Persia, neither the originals on I think it was it Xbox, the original console, or the newer ones. I've never had Felipe Rodriguez. I heard they did a pretty good job with the latest rendition. I just don't know what happened. I thought it was gonna be a series. Assemble Black, as of right now, Yannick's Polytour Pro is my favorite string if it wasn't for the cost. Voting is Thursday. Today is just getting a list of what to vote on. Dennis Figueroa, what is my mindset before matches? And I'm not even joking about this. Before I walk onto a let's say singles tennis match to be specific, I always say to myself, I am the best tennis player in the world, and there's nothing that can stop me besides myself if I'm going to lose this tennis match. I'm going to make a fool out of my opponent, and even if he has a chance of beating me, he's gonna have to play the match of his life. That's literally not even sarcastic. That is my mindset before playing a serious singles tennis match. I've always wondered about Top Court because I always see Brad Gilbert's stupid face on there on Instagram. It's getting really annoying. And I see Fernando Verdasco, Iga Swiatek, Andre Rublev, the Bryan brothers. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing on my Instagram feed? Get away from me. It's getting weird. Jan, I'm not seeing Clark Pit Viper string. Ooh, Ghost and Polylon. There we go. No, tier 1's not out of the running. Let me know what you want me to put on the list. Okay, so my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time in every way, shape, or form. Can you guys do the drum roll, please? That'd be great. Because this is super dramatic. And believe it or not, none of you have guessed it. And yes, I know you guys are going to crucify me because Final Fantasy VII is not it. My favorite Final Fantasy game of all time is Final Fantasy IX. When that story ended, I remember this because I was sitting in my living room as a 5-year-old kid. No, 5th grade. 5th grade, that would make me an 11-year-old kid. Yeah. I remember crying. When Zidane came back and said that to Princess Garnet / Dagger, I immediately started crying. I'm like, wow. I've never had a story impact like me before in my life. It's crazy. My God. That was 20 years ago I first experienced that game. Yeah, but Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time by at least one big step. CCAT, I would play in the French Open, even though I would probably die because I don't have a good diet. But I love I've never played on red clay, but blue clay is leaps and bounds a better surface than hard court. But yeah, it would be the French Open. I hate grass. I played grass I played grass several times this summer. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. There's only one clay court club that I have somewhat access to, and it's the tennis club that Scott works at. Um, Unfortunately for Scott, you know, he teaches full time, and Scott is a guy that I played second in the Essential Tennis feature on the Essential Tennis channel. But I'll hit with him only about like once a summer, which is kind of sad on the clay courts. I love it though. Datboy05, do you want full poly? Do you want a hybrid? Or what's your current string setup that you want something cheaper? Not cheaper, but better within reason. Final Fantasy X, David, it was still damn good. I would actually say Final Fantasy X I like better than Final Fantasy VII. They did a very good job with that. The voice acting was I will give it that. It wasn't that good. But the story was tighter. I would say the characters had more emotion. I actually felt more invested in... I felt more invested in Yuna's story / pilgrimage than Aerith's. And even though I hated him at first, I thought Titus at the end was a lot more relatable. A lot more relatable. And the love story is much better too. It's much more... It might be because of technology, because, you know, it's PS2, Final Fantasy X versus PlayStation 1, you know, Final Fantasy 7. But I felt... And, you know, the grid system for 10 was good. Simple, but good. It was a lot more streamlined and easier to use than the materia system in Final Fantasy 7. But I did feel a lot more invested in almost every single character in Final Fantasy X versus 7. I have not tried the Headlink's Edge. I can put it on my list. Dat boy, try ISO speed baseline control on the mains, and then I'll say Prince Synthetica Duraflex on the crosses. Try that. Raylu, unfortunately, I can't demo the Headlink's Edge because I'm trying to stay within a certain bound of the thickness of the gauge. I could probably do 16L and kind of like be okay with it, but 17 is just way too thin, man. Yeah. See you, Semblebrick. Ooh, Graceline Incognito. Matthew Brooks, it depends on your budget. Is it not flexible, somewhat flexible, or very flexible? I can't get there. Jan, how do you get there? Am I region blocked? What is this? Okay. Graceline. Where did you send me the link? Matthew Brooks, try Technofiber Eraser Code on the mains, and then something like Wilson Sensation on the crosses. What? Jan, I can't see your link. Oh, wow. I'm an idiot. Wow. Yes, yes, I overlooked it. I'm sorry, Jam. Long day today. Okay, tier 1 Black Knight. Sounds like a superhero, dude. Introducing the tier 1 Black Knight. Superhero first, tennis string second. Oh, thanks, Ken Bones. Glad you found me. And, you know, obviously thanks to Ian and Tyler and James and everybody at Essential Tennis for, you know, making amazing content. Best in the business. So hopefully, you know, I'll be featured a lot more often to help them out. Ooh. Now if these images would load, that'd be great. Ooh, introductory package. Should I do that? No, it's gonna be too expensive. No. Where the heck is this Black Knight? So janky. Okay. $9. They said tour status. Yeah, David Ho. It's obviously it's a graphical downgrade, but it's really good. It has a good amount of twists. That's gonna be like, yep, that was pretty cool. Mark Sanset was right. This is a good game, but don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy X is still a damn good game. I just like Final Fantasy 9 just a little bit more. Dat boy. The court is really fast at Essential Tennis. And I used to go to that club. So, Essential Tennis bought the only court left in that whole building. Because that building used to be an 8-court indoor tennis club that obviously didn't do so well. So I did play there in the past. It's always been super fast, and it still is fast to this day. Dat Boy 5, I'm gonna spend as much as I think is necessary. Keep in mind, I'm a software engineer, so like I could be a little bit flexible with how much I'm gonna test. Again, I'm buying all of these at retail price. I'm not asking for any discounts. I'm not asking for free stuff for any of these companies because I want to experience it as a regular consumer. Keep in mind, if someone like an MSV or Dunlop or Solinco or any type of tennis company or tennis manufacturer gives me a sponsorship offer, I will decline immediately because that would automatically skew how I think about their tennis drinks. I refuse to accept money from any tennis manufacturer. Not gonna lie, Jan, I got lucky. If I was your brother, I would just network as hardcore as possible on LinkedIn, or just have him start doing side projects. Jan, yeah, it's tough, but you know that very first professional experience is the hardest. It gets easier from there. To be honest, like have him even be an intern, I would say. No, I haven't tried the FF or any of the other ASIC shoes because the way I move my feet and because I'm heavier set and I'm very flat footed, in order for me to have a good consumer decision on shoes, it needs to have a 6-month durability guarantee. Otherwise, I lose a lot of money. ISOSpeed baseline control is the cheapest polyester out there. It's fantastic. And the Prince Synthetic Gut is a cheaper alternative to something like a Wilson Sensation, but it's still a damn good string Datboy 05. I'm a full stack developer, but my natural language is C#, so the business logic. So anything like C#, Java, or even Python, if you're using it as logic in the ecosystem of programs that you're doing for an application, I feel very natural with. I could do a little bit of Angular. I've done React along with webhooks and stuff like that, and obviously some JavaScript and this garbage HTML. But for front end, I feel most comfortable with Angular because Angular TypeScript is very, very similarly structured like C#. All right, guys. My buddies are asking me to get on World of Warcraft because I'm a huge nerd and I don't have a life. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, remember, this coming Thursday, 2 days from now, November 19th, that is when we are going to be auctioning what I'm actually going to buy based on the list you just helped me make. So if I were you, I'd grab your friends or anybody that has the ability to be on stream at 7 o'clock Central Time this coming Thursday to be able to vote, right? As always, guys,